Shalom, shalom everybody. Welcome back to another Pulse of Israel, Israel at War update. And yes, I am back in Holy Jerusalem. Not just Holy Jerusalem, this is the building of the Jewish Agency, which was the government of the Jewish people before the State of Israel was established in 1948. This is a beautiful building, still holds the Jewish Agency and other national institutions in the center of Jerusalem, and I am so blessed to be back home in our ancestral homeland, in our eternal capital, Jerusalem. Again, it was a wonderful 2 weeks of traveling along mostly southern Florida, but along the East Coast, and speaking to many people, many groups, but it's great to be home. So now, quick update about the war. So yes, it's weird to say this, but the war is back on, meaning the ceasefire is over. Israel right now or the past 2 days, has been bombing not just the northern Gaza Strip, but the southern Gaza Strip. For the first time in this war, we are going after all of the terror infrastructure in southern Gaza. All right? Northern Gaza really is the city of Gaza City, and the Israeli army basically liberated the area of the north of Gaza City, and then isolated it by going south of Gaza City, right? Isolating it from the south of Gaza, and now they're going into Khan Yunis. That's the major city, one of the major Gaza cities down south. On the one hand, pushing them away from the fence, from the eastern side, but also pushing them further south to the city of Rafiah, which is on the border. And this is very positive because many people were worried that the captive ceasefire deal, which stopped the war in the middle, would in a sense stop the war, and that the world pressure would lead to our leaders not continuing the war to end the evil Arab-Muslim barbarism that exists in Gaza, which was one of the key goals of the war. And here we see, after that ceasefire ended, because Hamas is saying they can't give us any more hostages, any more of our captives, they don't want to give any more of the women or the children that they're holding, they definitely don't want to give away the men, they want to raise the price for the men. And Israel basically said, okay, and then they attacked us, and they led a terror attack against us in Jerusalem on Friday. So thank God our leadership said, okay, Hamas, you broke the ceasefire, we're going back to war, and we are going back to war. And please, may this be towards the end, or let's finish off the evil Arab-Muslim barbarism that exists in Gaza. And remember, it's not just in Gaza, but after Gaza, we have to get rid of it also in Judea and Samaria. We have to get rid of all of them who support this in Israel, because there are plenty of Arab Muslims who support the barbarism against Israel, and Jews who are Israeli citizens. And then we have to get rid of them on the northern border. We're still only in the beginning, but thank God the war is continuing in order to get rid of the threat once and for all. Please, God, give our leaders the leadership abilities to end this once and for all, so that Israelis can live in peace, never in fear again that we have Arab Muslims in our midst who will use terror and kill us. Okay? Now, I want to touch upon something I've spoken about before. The Biden-Blinken administration, once again, basically telling Israel, we're not going to support you that much longer. I think Blinken said Israel's not going to have credit to take this war that much longer to end the evil Nazi-like Hamas Arab-Muslim barbarism. And you think to yourself, seriously, President Biden? Seriously, Secretary of State Blinken? This is the same administration that basically is on record saying they will support Ukraine as long as it takes. Okay, so America is going to be supporting, giving money and whatever diplomatic assistance to Ukraine to fight Russia as long as it takes. But Israel, facing this evil barbarism, the most evil massacre of Jews since the Holocaust, where the world sees actual videos and pictures and all the eyewitness testimony of the barbarism of what they did to our women and children and kidnapping toddlers and babies and grandmothers, besides women and children, like the barbarism, the evil, but they're not going to support us to end this evil? It's insane. It's evil. It's evil that Biden and Blinken are more worried about their Democrat voters and public opinion than about supporting Israel to end this evil. Ukraine, they'll support till the end. But Israel? No. We only have a certain amount of time before they're going to turn on us and no longer support us. So again, I always say thank you for the support they are giving us in every which way. But we have to call out the truth. And the truth is that is evil to condition their support on us and not allow us the credit to end this evil that we're up against. End it. End it. And now I want to put things into perspective for Americans. All right? Because 1,400 Jews were massacred. So people hear 1,400. It sounds like a big number, but it's not such a big number, right? People think, 9/11 was 3,000 people, right? 3,000 innocent people were killed in 9/11. Well, the population of America, I think, is over 334 million. Israel only is 8 million. So 1,400 innocent Jews massacred is equivalent to a terror attack in America that kills, I think, 58,000 Americans. 58,000 Americans. Would America not fight until the end to end the evil if it killed 58,000 Americans? For killing 3,000 Americans in 9/11, America went to war in Iraq and Afghanistan, and the war on terror took over a decade, 2 decades. So they fought for 2 decades all over the world. Didn't end the terror. They didn't end the terror. Not only that, they killed many of civilians in Iraq and in Afghanistan. So America allowed itself to do all of that for over 2 decades for the killing of 3,000 Americans in 9/11. But for an attack on Israel, which killed 1,400 innocent Jews, massacred brutally, which is equivalent to 58,000 Americans in a single terror attack, that they're not going to support us for so long. And they're definitely not going to support us to end the evil. Because again, understand, it's not just Hamas. The Palestinian Authority supports this evil. The Palestinian Authority military forces took part in that massacre. Palestinian Authority leaders have basically gone on record saying they're going to continue doing massacres like that in Judea and Samaria. But yet, the Biden-Blinken administration, they're fine with giving a Palestinian state and putting in charge the Palestinian Authority, which is basically Hamas. And they're fine continuing to give money to UNRWA, which educates these kids, these Arab Muslim kids in Gaza and Judea and Samaria and in the eastern side of Jerusalem, to kill Jews, to want to murder Jews, to be martyrs, to destroy the state of Israel. They're fine giving money to that, and they're not going to stop that. But they're going to condition their support for Israel, because we're not going to have the credit that much longer to defend ourselves and end the evil Arab Muslim barbarism we're up against. So that is the update for today, and my message to the world is, we Jews, we're back, regardless of the international pressure. Regardless of the pressure we're feeling, and we're going to feel even more so from the Biden administration. Again, we're in the 76th year of our War of Independence. Even if they stop us now in the middle from not ending this evil we're up against, the Jewish people are returning to themselves to be the lions of Judah, understanding we are alone in this world, understanding we have to stand up for ourselves, that we have to be proud Jews and not be afraid of using our weapons when necessary. Because again, up until now, our military and intelligence leadership and political leadership were afraid of going into Gaza and ending this terror against us, and they convinced themselves that, they really don't want war, they just want to live peacefully next to us and they want a better economy. Well, that's gone. The Israeli people have woken up, and we're going to have a future military leadership, intelligence leadership, and political leadership that understands we have to always be strong, we have to always be lions of Judah to ensure that this enemy of Arab Muslim barbarism is afraid out of its mind to lift a pinky against any innocent Jew. So we're still in the beginning of this process, but we're going to end this process, please God. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know, a week, a month, a year, 10 years, I don't know. But we've started this process, and the Jewish people, we are back. And the world will be inspired and invigorated by us standing up for ourselves. And that's the new Jewish spirit in the holy, ancestral Jewish homeland, the land of Israel. That's it for today's update, everyone. If you are not yet a subscriber to my Pulse of Israel videos, go to pulseofisrael.com and click to subscribe. And if you enjoy these videos and you want these messages to be seen and heard by more people, just click on the donate button every once in a while on pulseofisrael.com. Thank you so much, everyone, and it's such a blessing to be back in Holy Jerusalem. Shalom, everyone.
Pulse of Israel, frontline videos from the Holy Land. Support our work by donating today.